So, you are thinking about returning to Skyblock. You wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't. Great! This video is for the person who has taken a decently sized break, missed a couple or several major updates, and is showing interest in returning to the game. But wait, before we get started, let's make one thing clear. Everyone has different interests, and it may be possible you're simply not interested in Skyblock anymore, no matter how you approach a return to the game. Also, thank you Shadow Monarch 4718 for this amazing video idea. With that aside, I would be lying if I said that Skyblock was not a grindy game. It has been, and always will be, a game about grinding for ones and zeros. You can't change that. But what you can change, as you'll see later in this video, is how draining the grind truly is. Let's get started with a simple question. If you return to the game, do you want to keep playing on your existing profile, or do you want to start a new one? If you want to keep playing with your previous progress, and it's an Iron Man profile, awesome. There have been so many updates to the game in the past year, and all of them add a lot more depth and content to the game. All you gotta do is find which grind you're interested in. If you have a normal profile, however, hear me out. The biggest thing that differentiates normal profiles from Iron Man profiles is the auction house. It is a ticket to get whatever items you want as long as you pay with coins. Now, burnout occurs when you're repeating the same action for too long and your brain screams at you to do literally anything else. Let me give you a hypothetical. You want to buy 3/4 Necron armor and a Warden helmet. You have two choices. One, grind dungeons for the Necron armor and Revenants for the helmet, or mine for a very long time to be able to buy them off the auction house. Which do you think is more fun? Which do you think will be more entertaining? Now, sure, grinding for the actual item drops will take longer, but it isn't nearly as repetitive as running around the same gemstone spiral for God knows how long. How long the grind is ultimately doesn't matter. People spend thousands of hours grinding in this game without getting burnt out. Your brain doesn't hate the game because of grinding, it hates the game because the grinding you did was too repetitive. So here's my solution to you. Spice things up. When given the choice between buying dungeon gear off the auction house and grinding it yourself, ask yourself this: would mining for 20 hours be more repetitive than doing dungeons for 20 hours? This is why I love Iron Man so much. It forces you to play every different aspect of the game as it was intended, so that instead of living in the Crystal Hollows, you're jumping from island to island, getting your brain stimulated by all the different aspects of the game. As I said before, it isn't the grind that causes burnout, it's the repetitiveness. Now, suppose you want to make a brand new profile and play through the game all over again. This would personally be my choice if I were in your position, but which game mode should you play? Normal, Iron Man, or Stranded? Normal profiles have the aforementioned problem, which is the auction house, which incentivizes grinding money for way longer than is healthy. And Stranded doesn't have nearly as much content than the other two game modes, since you can only put so much content in a private island. So my suggestion is undoubtedly to make an Iron Man profile. It forces you to play all the different aspects of the game, from mining progression to dungeons to the garden and more. It provides so much more interesting content than grinding money to buy an item from someone else who grinded for you. Now, perhaps you clicked on this video as someone who's already playing the game and is losing interest in it as we speak. If so, let me ask you the simple question: are you interested in Skyblock? That's a genuine question. If you're a Skyblock player watching this video thinking, oh no, I'm losing interest in the game, whatever can I do to keep my addiction going? Take a break. Pushing yourself further will only seal the deal and result in hating the game forever. Take a couple weeks off and just try another game. Or even touch that green organism growing in front of your house. Who knows? Maybe you'll find something that you enjoy even more than Skyblock. I know, it's blasphemy. But no matter how fun a game is, everyone inevitably loses interest in it. Taking a break is an easy and reliable way to prevent burnout, because burnout only happens when you get too bored doing something repetitive. Stop repeating it, and the burnout might go away. This is how I personally returned to the game. I had a broken wrist, and I was forced to stop playing City Skylines due to the amount of keybinds it required. Then, I was bound to YouTube. Watching YouTube for more than a week, non-stop, is painful. So I decided to give Skyblock another try, and since my dopamine sensitivity was so high for being bored to death by YouTube, it was farming in the garden that brought me back to the game. And with hindsight being 2020, I now know what not to do in order to prevent myself from getting burnt out again. What is it, you may ask? Mining. Gemstone mining, to be exact. Gemstone mining for too long was the thing that made me lose interest in the game in the first place. And so instead of gemstone mining all the time for negligible income, I will limit myself in how much gemstone mining I might end up needing to do by improving my mining setup through nucleus runs, powder mining, working towards higher tier drills, and so on. It goes to show that even in a specific aspect of the game like mining, there are so many different things you could do other than the same thing all the time. Go out there and try something new. Now, I'm still looking for what I enjoyed doing on YouTube, so if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please make sure to leave a like and comment what you liked about it. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future uploads. I plan on starting a new Iron Man series and a Proximity Chat SMP series with friends, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. It was a pleasure making this video, and I'll see you next time.